So 4 points in it. And as we've seen on a number of occasions this year at Osborne Park, some close games. Nothing's changed in round 16. Start of the final term, 13-11 to 13-7. With Corio in front by 4 points. It'll be Weiss at Walton. Walton tries to get it down. Oh, he does his own roving work. It handballs it over the top of Clifford though. Gibbs comes through. That's David, backs himself. Handball to Jones. Handball outboard to Mark Burns. A bit of a standing start there. Just gets it away under pressure from Bolchevic. Gets a kick away towards Ratty, but Dorowski, who's played a pretty good second half so far, has run away at centre wing. Goes with the right boot after a bounce. Great kick to Ricky O'Toole. Can't take the mark. Gibbs is there as well as McCarthy. Gibbs kick off the ground. Scown's there also and picks it up. Goes back over his shoulder towards Corey Lockwood. Intelligent kick and takes the mark. So Corey Lockwood deep in defence. He runs away, kicks it back dangerously towards Elzinger at centre half back. Can't take the mark off hands. Quick kick away is okay to Lee Clifford, and that came from Matthew Cullen. And that's the danger of going back inboard, isn't it, from the back pockets?
He's gone back inboard to where Ricky O'Toole is and Justin Tate. Like, you've got one of the biggest, tallest men in footy in the GDFL and one of the most talented.
It's just the way Corio are just flooding that line, and he had nowhere to kick to.
So Lee Clifford for goal number 5, and he's put it through. And a good start for Corio in the final term. They kick their 14th, they go to 14-11-95, and they lead North Geelong 13-7-85. And that's on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 1.5 minutes played.
It's hard to see North coming back from here, Pete. I see David Gibbs has gone back into defence. He's been one of their key players up forward. They just seem to be struggling for personnel. I see
Russell Hearn's doing a fair bit of limping too, and that's
Paul
certainly not going to help.
Paul Price is in the box with a looks like an ankle injury. So they've lost a bit of momentum, particularly in the middle of the ground. As umpire Gladkey has the footy, moves back toward the centre circle with Weiss. Don't know whether Robertson's on the ground. I can't see him. But Walton gets the tap down for Corio. Hearn overruns it. Barry O'Toole. Well, he cops a head-high tackle. Advantage paid. Walton picks it up and goes bang toward the goal square. Good-looking kick.
Yeah, free kick there. Phil Boyle will take that, no doubt.
Well, I'd say that's got to be 50 surely.
I actually saw that one.
And 50.
Yeah, had to be.
No, he's not given the 50 for that. Because David Gibbs spoke out of turn.
Yep.
So the Gibbs brothers are, I think, in a bit of bother there. So Phil Boyle on the goal line. You wouldn't think he could miss this one, surely. And he doesn't. He's kicked it all the way into the North Geelong, into the front yard down there. So Phil Boyle's kicked his second. And is this the beginning of the end for North? 15-11, 101, Corio. They lead North Geelong 13-7-85. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard final quarter, 3 minutes.
So 2 quick goals in 3 minutes for the Magpies. We see Ray Robertson coming back on the ground, and coming off the ground is Adam Walsh.
Yeah, they seem to have struggled a bit, I think, Walsh. Not quite up to it.
I had a quick look down the list for Corio too. They haven't got too many older fellas playing. They're a fairly young side, you know. From what we saw of them a couple of years ago when they really struggled, and then they got Ricky back in the nest last year, and now they've brought some very, very good young fellas back up through the under-18s. I think they could be alive and well for a while.
Yeah, the fire brigades decided to come and watch the game too. It must be exciting, is it?
2 big units with all lights flashing.
Yep, so it's not good. Back in the middle, Weiss and Walton.
Good joke.
Walton gets it down. Cousins towards Gibbs. Oh, he leaves it behind. Bolchevic didn't. Gave it to Barry O'Toole from 50. Barry loads it up. Goes with a right foot kick. Getting back there, Daniel Gibbs, and he sees it over the line for a boundary throw in.
Is Fred right?
There's the first shock of the day.
Fred's right.
Hawthorn 13-12-90 have been defeated by Fremantle 16-10-106.
They were going to win one, weren't they?
They were.
16 points the difference at Colonial. Fremantle defeated Hawthorn. So
Must have been a breeze.
Colonial.
left forward pocket for Corio from the ruck contest. Weiss. Jones is there as well. Handball smothered. Aim on Charles. Kick off the ground. Goal. Aim on Charles off the ground. Has put it through for his first goal. And That is the 16th for Corio. They go to 16-11, 107. They lead North Geelong 13-7, 85. That's on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 5 minutes played.
But you just hear the car horns. There's a huge support here for Corio, isn't there?
There is, and I think they've got every right to be jumping on the bandwagon. I think they could.
Calling past 40 winks on the way home, are we?
I think I might have a snooze. Well, let's be honest. It did get a bit boring in the third quarter. I just need to have a swig of Coke and I'll be back with you.
Well, we need North Geelong to get a couple of goals to get back in this game. Walton and Weiss. Walton gets it down again to Barry O'Toole. Wrapped up by Hearn. Loses the football. Weiss is there. He's ripped off it by Cousins. Coming through the middle, Elzinger. Left by for Rathje. Flax there as well. Tries to handball it away. Chopped off by Cousins. Kicked back towards the centre of the ground. McCarthy comes back. Does well. Can't take the mark though. David Gibbs in there. Also Clifford does well. And runs away. Backs himself. Goes to the right boot. Just gets slung as he gets the kick away. Oh, it doesn't sit well, though, for anybody except Amon Charles. It comes through. Jones does well. He tries to handball it away towards Gibbs. And he does so now. That's Daniel. Goes short to Scown. He takes the mark.
Something's definitely burning.
Something is burning. And, well, the umpire has paid a free kick to Corio now. And it's against... Well, I think Amon Charles is going to take it. And it's David Gibbs and Rob Walton are not liking each other at the moment. And Darryl Jones gets in there to break things up. Barry O'Toole's walk back with
he reckons he's having the kick.
Barry O'Toole's walk back with the footy. Amon Charles still in the hands of the trainers.
So it's a stretcher I think they've called for now.
Yep. So... Well, he's up off the ground, Amon Charles, so they might not need it. He's walking around. Barry O'Toole doesn't want him to get up, though. He's got the footy. He wants to have the kick.
Right, that's right.
But, so there's a bit of confusion here at the moment. The umpire's standing next to Darryl Jones and explaining what's going on. He's the senior captain of North Geelong, Amon Charles, coming back. And I think he'll have to come off with the blood rule anyway. Amon Charles, will he?
Ricky O'Toole's having a bit to say to the umpire. Now the umpire's having a consultation. It's
Well, Barry O'Toole's got the kick. He wants to come in. No, he won't be able to kick it. He's kicked it anyway, but it'll come back. Amon Charles comes off the ground to be replaced by Shea Walker. And Mario Zitko waiting to come on also. But the ball will come back. It must have gone through for a goal. But it will come back. And it might be Jordan Cousins with the football. Barry O'Toole's walked away now, so he's obviously not allowed to take the kick.
so he's out of practice.
And it will be...
The only problem is Johnny Cousins probably kicks the ball equally as well as Barry O'Toole, doesn't he?
He does. And he's on the boundary line. And he's about 35 metres out. And he's got 3 players at centre half forward, but he wants to go for goal. He comes in now with the right boot. He sets it up, and it's through for one behind to Corio. So they go to 16-12, 108, and they lead North Geelong 13-7-85 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 8.5 minutes played.
Comes a bit of a test of character, Pete, now for North Geelong, doesn't it?
There does, mate. And what we've been talking about for the last quarter and a half is Ricky O'Toole's linchpin, which was Amon Charles, is now not on the ground. So whether they can get him fixed up and get him back on the ground as quick as possible.
So Jones does the kicking in, finds Weiss into the hole between full forward and centre half forward. They've only gained 30 metres, but Weiss with possession. Oh, I tell you what, that was a fair dinkum bit of a go. I'll concentrate in the game. You watch what's happening off the footy, because in the middle of the ground, Barry O'Toole has the footy. He gets a handball to Davey Bingham. Davey Bingham goes goalwards and has kicked the goal. So there's quite a bit of fooling now going on, and Shea Walker and David Gibbs have really taken a violent dislike to one another, as Davey Bingham kicks his third, and Corio have kicked their 17-12, 114, careering away from North Geelong at the moment, yet to score in the final quarter, 13-7-85. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, 9.5 minutes final quarter. If Walker had got me with that one, I'd have landed in the next street, I think.
Well, thank goodness they're taking him off. At least somebody's showing some
Yeah, it's a bit of discipline from the North
Yep.
Geelong hierarchy. In fact, from both sides, and that's probably a pretty good sign, so long as they don't meet at the interchange bench.
They didn't.
So Zitko back on for North, and Rivet for Corio. Rivet going into the defensive half, which is an interesting move. And umpire Gladkey with the football in the middle. 10 minutes, final quarter. Goes the footy. Weiss.
Charles and Walker must be mates.
Well, the tap down was for Corio. Player tagged over the shoulder. He's now doing de-jumped in Burns. And, well, won't allow the advantage to be paid. So Burns of North Geelong, the ball will come back to him. I think the umpire's going to have their hands full this last quarter. So Mark Burns just chips it into the centre circle. Elzinger takes the mark, plays on quickly. The lead is on centre wing from Lockwood. Oh, easily intercepted there by Ricky O'Toole. Comes to ground. Far too clever for Corey Lockwood. Gets a handball back to Cockrell. Cockrell, another long handball looking for and finds Dabrowski. Dabrowski, well, I think he's pretty happy to find the boundary, but Ricky O'Toole keeps it in. Runs along the boundary line. Picks it up. Eludes a tackle. Gets the ball to boot. Goes to, Bolshevik. Magnificent one-handed mark. Poor old Mario Zitko. Well, he's allowed to play on, which he does. Kicks it to full forward position. Oh, it's all Corio back there. Picked up there by Clifford. Over the shoulder. Has gone very, very close. So I think, what's the goal umpire? It's a goal. So that's goal number 6 for Lee Clifford. And Corio continue on their merry way. 18-12, 120 Corio. They lead North Geelong 13-7-85. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard. 11.5 minutes final quarter.
Are the boundaries allowed to report?
Yes, any umpire can report.
You played footy?
No, but I mean this competition with
yeah.
the number of umpires that are missing at the moment. Because I think there was a report come out of that incident. The boundary umpire did run to the central umpire
right.
and say something to him.
He's got to tell the players.
Back in the middle, Robertson. And Walton Robertson gets it down.
He's off the ground.
Put his knee into... Put his knee into Robbie Walton, so Walton will get the free kick. Handballs it off to Ricky O'Toole. Goes with a high kick towards half forward. Matty King making up some ground. Weiss, good mark.
Good
Matthew
mark.
King. He's got Gundry in the pocket by himself. He goes in that direction and he should get him. He does. Mark Burns comes up, but Troy Gundry stands his ground, takes the mark.
Late in the last quarter at the MCG, Geelong 3 points behind. 28 minutes.
So Troy Gundry will shoot for goal. About the same spot that John Cousins had a shot. Maybe 5 or 6 metres closer. He's on the boundary line though. He comes in now. It's a pretty good kick off the boot too by Troy Gundry. They're all getting in on the act. He's first on the 19th for Corio. They go to 19-12, 126, and they lead North Geelong 13-7-85 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 13 minutes played. Well,
only behind.
That's unbelievable. From here, that was a goal.
Absolutely.
So the kick in has come to Troy Elzinger from Darryl Jones, and he switches play to Russell Hearn, who takes the mark in the back pocket. And then he goes over the top towards Adam Perkins, who takes it at defensive 50. He's got Robertson short. He elects to go further, though, towards centre wing. Flack behind Lazarick, who has really put the stop on Simon Flack.
Done a great job back there, hasn't he?
And
so it's
be a
now
boundary throw-in.
13 to 13-7.
18-13, 121.
Correct.
And North Geelong 13-7-85.
They've really marched the break, haven't they? They've been able to stand up and use the flooding of the back line to their advantage and really hurt when the ball was turned over.
Well, from the throw-in, the ball came down by hand, thrown over his head by O'Toole. Running onto the ball is Clifford, can't take control of it. Coming through in defence is, that was Perkins. Perkins to centre of the ground, and Rowe is now in the centre square. He's got Lockwood loose at centre half forward, chips it over to him. Lockwood runs forward, chips the pass to Rory Priddle, and for the first time in the final quarter, I guess, the ball has got to full forward for the North Geelong side, because 14 minutes in the final quarter, North yet to add to their three-quarter time score, as Rory Priddle takes the mark 30 metres out directly in front, and has gone for the long run up, as he always does. Now moves in directly in front, puts the ball on the right foot. Good looking kick, very, very good kick for goal, and kicks his second, and it is the first in the final quarter for the North Geelong side. 14-7-91 North Geelong. They trail Corio 18-13, 121. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard. 15 minutes, final quarter.
Well, it took 15 minutes, Pete. That's the problem.
Too long. It's all gone, son.
Yeah.
It's all gone.
Yes, well, in the meantime, of course, Corio kicked 5.
So
Horses bolted, you say, Pete?
Well, I think it has. I think North have got to really just dig in deep now. They don't really want the floodgates to open from Corio, that's all.
back in the middle. Walton gets it down, does his own roving again, gets the kick away. Torpedo punt towards full forward. Which way is it going to bounce? Boyle doesn't sit for him. Daniel Gibbs, handball to Zitko, sets him up. Now back towards the goal square, and Gibbs, will he see it through? Yes, he does. For a rush behind to the Devils. So they go to 18-14, 122. And they lead North Geelong 14-7-91. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard, 15.5 minutes played.
So Zitko hands the ball to Daryl Jones, then he runs to the pocket and receives the pass from Jones. Zitko chips it over the top to Russell Hearn and takes the mark on half-back flank. So Hearn of North Geelong now chips it outside 50, looking for Rathje. Can't take the mark from behind. Well, the umpire doesn't blow the whistle. Rivet claiming the mark from behind, and the umpire will now throw the ball in the air. Mark disputed. And a fair decision as Rathje hobbles away from that contest. Umpire puts it up, half forward flank for Corio. Tap down, comes to Cullen. Cullen on the left foot, goes towards the half forward flank area, but Daryl Jones backing back takes a safe overhead mark. Looking for options, and that's been North's problem. They've had too few of them. Now he runs away, bounces the ball twice, and he's going to have to kick it to a 3-on-1. It's got to be a perfect kick and the perfect mark, and that does happen because Daniel Gibbs takes the mark on half-back.
Well, what was wrong with that?
Apparently the umpires aren't allowing people to play on from a mark today because he took the mark, decided to play on, wasn't allowed to, chips the ball over to McCarthy. Good pick-up, half volley. Turns on the left foot, goes towards centre wing. Well, players misjudge it. Flack can't get his hand on the footy. Keating over the top there to Lazarick. Lazarick quickly onto the boot, round the corner, right foot, and almost a great mark for North Geelong by McCarthy. A series of handballs comes to Barry O'Toole. He kicks it to the lead there of, that's Kane Hayes, who takes a very good mark on the lead. He's 40 metres out directly in front, and he set a goal up earlier, so a golden opportunity here to add to the score as Shea Walker about to come back onto the ground. Hayes moves in, puts it up in the air. Geez, off the side of the boot to off hands. In fact, it's missed all the woodwork completely and out of bounds. 5 metres from the behind post. A series of changes with Boyle coming off for Corio, Bolshevik coming back on, and gee whiz, they're just rotating them as they like now, Pete, as the boundary umpire's about to put it in. From beside the behind post. Robertson tapped it down to Hearn, and away goes Hearn from defence. Look for a lead, but a shocking kick from the coach. All he's done is found Davey Bigham. He chips it in, and in a nest of North Geelong players. The mark just comfortably taken by Troy Gundry. And that was a perfect pass, perfect position, and I think a bit of frustration on the North Geelong players' faces, bodies, actions, as Gundry comes in. Well, I think he's missed it again, so we won't make the mistake this time. It is a behind. 18-15, 123 to Corio, and North Geelong 14-7-91. Buckley's Entertainment Centre score with 18.5 minutes last quarter.
Jones kicks in, and it didn't come off the boot that well. Corio with the numbers, handball back, missed O'Toole. Now it goes towards half forward flank for Corio. Perkins back there, can't take it with him. Now handball back to Robertson, standing start inside defensive 50, torpedo punt, one out Rivet, and Rathje does well. Rathje with the body and plays on. Pretty open forward line, kick over the top to Walsh, now coming at him, Bigham. Left a bit, Walsh did very well, and he holds him up, Bigham, very well, before Dabrowski can get back and cover his man, which was Rory Priddle. Now,
so North Geelong flooded the defence, but they all forgot to run forward.
It's interesting there, like who was it, Walsh, is it? I think he's only a young fella, only about 18 or 19. Look, if it was an older, more experienced fella, you would have made a really big effort to get the ball and get back and try and force the issue that you're being held and get milk a 50.
Well,
but instead he was happy to kind of let the Corio fellas run down.
the kick didn't come off the boot that well, but
It was
Michael
shocking.
Rowe has taken the mark 2 metres out from goal and puts his second on the board.
It's just a standing jump. Michael Rowe was a great mark, actually.
And the 15th for North Geelong, they go to 15-7-97. They trail the Corio side 18-15-123 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 20 minutes played.
News from the MCG Melbourne, 16-7-103 have defeated Geelong 15-10-100.
That's the ball game.
So that
Come
is the
from
ball game, I think.
Tigerland. We're in, boys. We're in. What do you think of Hawthorn and Fremantle? That
Yes.
just cannot happen.
The footy tips have gone out the window today.
Well, once that one went, I reckon no one would get 8.
So another football over the fence at the northern end.
The President's got a worried look on his face. It's not because of the team, I think it's the footy. It's to get the football. So another footy being called for.
So the timekeepers, don't they keep the
They do.
fair ball?
They do, and here
there
it comes. So they'll come back. 26 points the difference at the 21-minute mark.
They need to get a couple now, Pete North, just to salvage something out of the day, don't they?
I said that a bit earlier. I think they really need to settle it. You know, I think the game is over. I think the winners are going to be Corio, but you certainly don't want it to blow out to be an 8-goal loss. You know, they're already 5 down.
So Robertson and Walker in the ruck. Neither get a clear bounce. Lockwood gets the ball forward. Ratchie coming in off the wing, gets it to Hearn. He kicks it to half-forward flank. Gundry and Zitko out there. Zitko does well, picks it up. Handball over the top, back to Hearn in the middle. Poor nest of Corio players. He's got to get through. Handballs it back to Robertson. Handball to the running Burns, who drops it. Handball to Jones, who doesn't. And on the left foot, just chips it to Michael Rowe. Kicker of the last goal, and he takes the mark on centre wing. Hasn't got a lot to kick to, and the kick is not real good because Johnny Cousins intercepts so easily, and on the turnover they're in real trouble here, North Geelong, because Cullen's taken the mark, and it's, almost 50, but Cullen gets clear, and a lovely left foot pass again has found Davey Bingham inside 50, has wastes no time, puts it on the boot. It's a magnificent looking kick, and it's right through the middle. So he joins the party. He's kicked 4, Davey Bingham, and it's the 19th for the Corio side. 19-15, 129 Corio. North Geelong 15-7-97. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard 22.5 minutes final quarter. Turnovers a bit costly, Pete, aren't they?
And they weren't prepared to kind of run back. You know, and I suppose when you're 5 goals down, you don't feel like doing the simple things. You try and do the lazy things, and I think that's a real danger. I think coming into finals, this is a smaller ground than St Albans. You start doing lazy things at St Albans and you get cut to ribbons.
Back in the middle, Ricky O'Toole from the centre. Taking it out of the ruck contest.
Oh.
Hits the post.
Hits the post halfway up, what's more?
Kicked it from 60 metres out. And it was still going through. But one behind to the coach of the Corio side. They go to 19... Is that 16?
It is.
19-16, 131. 30 it is, sorry. 130, and they lead North Geelong 15-7-97. So the kick in, went to Burns, and he got it across the ground to Gibbs. That was Daniel, goes to Brad Scown at half back. And he kicks it short towards McCarthy. He's taken the mark. Flack gives him a short lead. Weiss longer at half forward. Over the back to Browski, coming in Cousins, can't take the mark. Walsh goes towards Flack, got Lockwood over the top, good kick around the corner. Lockwood stands his ground at half forward. So Corey Lockwood. He's got Robertson and Jones at centre half forward. Jones takes the mark. He's got a couple outboard. One of them's Hearn, the other one's Zitko. Hearn comes back inboard instead, goes to the left foot, kicks it back towards the corridor. Walsh can't take the mark. And coming through is Gundry. Gives it away. Keating kick off the ground. Goes towards Cousins. Picks it up. Always got a bit of time, Johnny Cousins. And kicks it well to Shea Walker, who takes the mark. Handballs it off to Troy Gundry, running across the back line. They go wide to Matthew King at half back. He can run. He's got a bit of space. Goes to the right boot towards half forward. Chad Rivet has taken the mark. He's got Tate in support. Gives it to him. Tatey bears down on 50. Getting at him Fries. He gets the kick away though. Goes towards goal. Bolshevik will shepherd it through for a goal to Justin Tate.
Tidy.
His first and the 20th for the Corio side. They go to 20 goals, 16 at 136, and they lead North Geelong 15-7-97. Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard.
Toadie couldn't kick it off a shovel earlier, and he powered one from outside of 50.
Just goes to show when you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not. And just at the moment, North Geelong are not, are they? They're really struggling. Corio almost doing as they like, and a very good performance from them. So they've certainly consolidated that third position. There's no doubt about that.
We kind of said earlier, you would, 3 or 4 goals is okay, but you wouldn't want to see it blow out to 8.
No, true.
And unfortunately, it's starting to get there. We're at 6.5, nearly 7.
So from the throw in the middle, the ball has come to. That was Lee Clifford got it to the forward line, and just over Bolshevik's head, the ball has gone out of bounds. Deep in the forward line again for Corio. 25.5 minutes gone final quarter. And I think the boundary umpire's feeling the pinch a bit because taking him quite a long time to catch up. The ball moved very, very quickly from that throw up in the middle for Corio. So the boundary umpire in the forward pocket. Rivet does the ruck work against Robertson, gets it to ground. Players not able to get clear until Russell Hearn crashes his way out of the pack with the footy. Chips it over the top. But, great mark overhead there by McCarthy for North Geelong. Turns on the left foot, sees it Scown, a little inboard, and takes the mark. Has the player running at centre-half back, and it's Elzinger. Takes the mark. Slips over, trying to avoid his opponent. And Barry O'Toole has stolen the footy and given a free kick for tripping. Used to be 50 metres, but that's obviously changed. O'Toole now tips it to Ricky, and...
Actually, Eric, I'll make the point there. That was nearly a deliberate trip, not an accidental. That you could nearly get pinged if it was AFL. You'd get pinged for it.
Yeah, true. Because he was laying on the ground. The player just didn't want him to get away.
He's hogged him.
So Ricky O'Toole's played the free kick inside 50. He's going to be kicking from 50, and based on his last kick on the run, distance will not be a problem. And Ricky O'Toole rather likes kicking goals from anywhere in the ground. And I think a goal now would be very good for him. He's put it high in the air. It's a good-looking kick. And I tell you what, the goal umpire hardly moves. And that's another goal to the Corio side. First one of the day to Ricky O'Toole, the 21st for Corio. 21-16, 142. They lead North Geelong 15-7-97. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, 27 minutes now in the final quarter.
Dick's average of 19 goals for Crier's looking all right, isn't it?
And what about North Geelong?
18. They're just a little bit down.
A bit short.
A little bit short.
Yes, that flashed through my mind when they kicked about the 17th or 18th goal.
So 27.5 minutes gone in the final term. Don't forget, at the completion of the game, the final siren. Thanks to White Cross Healthcare, we'll have the wrap of the day in football, the GDFL, the GFL, the Bellarine, and also the AFL, and a look ahead to next week in round 17 of the GDFL as well. Back in the middle, Walker, and gets it down. That was Robertson, got it to Elzinger. Elzinger, the lead from Priddle at full forward against Bigham, and held on to, said the umpire, will be a free kick, and it will go to Rory Priddle.
The advantage was paid, I think.
The advantage was paid to Walsh, was it? It was, and he kicks the goal. So Adam Walsh kicks his first in the 16th for North Geelong. They go to 16-7, 103, and they trail the Corio side 21-16, 142 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard.
Rory missed an opportunity to kick a goal.
But they've been, it's interesting, they've been sort of tugging the jumpers, both he and Ricky. So it's been a great contest all day.
There's been some good contests all over the ground.
So back in the middle, umpire Gladkey with the footy. North Geelong now playing for a bit of pride late in the game at 28.5 minutes. Robertson gets a tap down again to Elzinger, handball to Lockwood, and North go forward again. Lockwood to the full forward area. In the road there is Cockrell. Oh gee, the ball's been hit forward. If Walsh can pick it up, he's got a chance. But Ricky Lazarick, great defensive cover work there. Came across the back of the pack and kicked it off the ground and found the safety of the boundary. Done a great job there back on Flack since he's gone back there and really taken one of North Geelong's prime movers right out of the game. So the ball out of bounds, 10 metres from the buying post, 29 minutes gone final quarter. Corio in control. Boundary umpire puts it in. Raschi tries to take it out of the air, but it comes to the back of the pack to Keating. Long handball there to, it was Gundry out there. Lazarick tries to crash through. Picked up there by Ratchie, but in the goal square on his own is Cockrell, takes the mark comfortably, kicks it to centre half back, and great mark Barry O'Toole, surrounded by North Geelong players, and has taken the mark. So I think out of all that, Ray Robinson had to come back about half a metre. Handball over the top to Shea Walker. Walker, long kick for Corio to centre half forward. Rivet puts the big hands up on the 50 metre line and has taken the mark. And the Corio players streaming forward as Rivet decides perhaps he might get on the scoreboard as well. So Rivet kicking from the 50 metre line, puts it in the air. It's a long kick, but it's offline. A behind to Chad Rivet, and another behind to the Corio side. 21-17, 143. They lead North Geelong 16-7, 103. 30 minutes gone. Buckley's Entertainment final quarter scoreboard.
So Daryl Jones with the football at fullback. There he goes short to Daniel Gibbs in the right back pocket. He goes short to Adam Perkins, and he just gets there in front of Matthew Cullen, takes the mark. Goes to the right boot towards centre wing. Flack, Dabrowski. Flack taps it down in the front. Lockwood steals it from O'Toole, doesn't sit for Jones. Comes back to Burns, gives it to Lockwood. At half back still runs through, gives it to Jones again. They've done well. Goes to the right boot and goes wide looking for Ferguson, and it's okay. Takes the mark, plays on quickly. Goes inboard looking for Elzinger. It's okay. Takes the mark. He's got Rowe next to him. He goes towards centre half forward to Rowe. It's a good kick, and they've got Adam Walsh by himself, but he elects to go outboard to Friars, and he takes the mark. Inside 50, he chips it over the top as well. Back to Rowe and Walsh, and they raffle it. And Walsh has won the raffle, and will shoot for goal from 35 metres out. Now he chips it towards Rowe again, so Rowe's going up, and that's 50 as well. And Barry, be very careful, Barry. O'Toole, who came in late there, and it will be 50 against Barry O'Toole. And Michael Rowe will shoot for goal from the goal line for his third, and the 17th for North Geelong.
What'd you say about 17?
17, see? We were right, weren't we? Good work, Dick. And that's Michael Rowe's third goal, and the 17th for North Geelong. They go to 17-7, 109, and they trail the Corio side 21-17, 143 on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard.
This is a good thing too, Eric. I don't think...
Well, I think he's having another shot as well, is he? I think that was because they'd walked over the mark. So he's kicked two. Well, there you go.
That's interesting.
So they've kicked 18-7.
And Rose kicked four.
And Rose kicked four, 18-7, 115.
Chicken's walking around with his hands in the air going, I don't know what was going on there.
Chicken has to come and get the football again, which is in the power grid. So 18-7, 115 North Geelong. They trail Corio 21-17, 143. And that is on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. And there's a lot of umpires standing around doing not much at the moment. Yeah, okay, Chicken's going to go and get it. Good work, Pete. Off to get it again. I think that's the fourth time he's been down there today.
It's an area that Ricky really needs to control his players, because he's up there also arguing with the umpires, but the rules are there. If you contravene the rules after the goal's been kicked, they give you another kick. So the goal umpire up there is totally unmoved, I can see that.
And from 5 metres out, that's pretty dangerous, isn't it?
Especially Michael Rowe. Goodness gracious. An absolute gift.
So he's gone from kicking not much and not having much influence on the game to kicking 4.
Make it look good.
Making it look good.
The game wouldn't want to be close, would it, Pete? If you perhaps three goals down, you get two off two kicks.
Exactly. It's back to 27 points.
Well, I think the point there is not too long ago, they were 8 goals in front.
Yes, yeah. So it's a dramatic reduction. So what have we run out of footballs perhaps now, and got to wait till Chicken goes and climbs the fence. So we've got...
thought they're doing okay for money, North Geelong. Obviously, Dick's been in there.
Well, so now Michael Rowe's telling Ricky O'Toole how he's kicked 2 goals. And hello, the ball's coming back.
Now Ricky O'Toole and Russell Hearn are talking about it in the middle, the two coaches.
Yes, it's funny, they're right in front of the umpire too. I wonder if he's listening. So the ball has come back now.
Chicken's done well to retrieve it. I don't think he got that far. I think he got as far as the scoreboard, and he's on his way back now. So back in the middle, and we've been playing 34.5 minutes in the final term. Getting it down is Walker. Goes to Hearn though, and he goes the left boot towards Flack at at half forward. Takes a good mark. And got Elsinger short. Elects to go further afield though with the right foot towards Priddle. One out. Getting back there. Walsh as well in front. Takes it. No, yes. Takes the mark, says the umpire. And will shoot for goal from 30 metres out directly in front.
Actually, he's been quite strong up there in the last 10 minutes, hasn't he?
Yep.
Oh, it's not Walsh actually. It's Ferguson.
Ferguson. So he
likes kicking a goal too.
Took a very good mark overhead, Ferguson, from 30 metres out. Comes in with the right boot, stabs at it, and has put it through. He has. So he's put it through for his second goal, and the 19th for North Geelong. They go to 19-7, 121, and they trail the Corio side 21-17, 143. That is on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 35.5 minutes played.
So 22 points, but it's a bit different to 40 odd.
It is, isn't it?
Oh,
it's a real turnaround, and everything's gone out of the game. Like, the crowd aren't interested. They're walking their kids.
35 minutes in the last quarter. Why not?
They're looking for something else to do. And the game marches on, and North just keep chipping away at that lead.
Back in the middle. Getting it down again was Walker. Lockwood. Jones is across there as well. Does well to break free. Now has to go on the left. Pushed off it by Ricky O'Toole. Just as he got his kick away, O'Toole will get there first. Coming at him was Rowe. He couldn't break free either. And that should nearly be holding the ball. So Michael Rowe told the umpire too. And it will be a boundary thrown in between wing and half forward. Michael Rowe still looking at umpire Bully. Where was the free kick for the...
It was a pretty pathetic decision, I've got to say.
There you go. I rest my case.
Oh.
Boundary throw in.
How that wasn't dropping the ball, I will never know.
Walker and Robertson. Walker in front, gets it down. Lockwood left it behind. Kane Hayes kick off the ground. Cousins goes towards Matty King, picks it up. Good handball, good vision to Keating. At 50, runs in, goes with the right boot towards the goal line. And Davey Bigham has taken the mark. Daniel Gibbs and Adam Perkins looking for the little nudge there, the push in the back. Not forthcoming, and Davey Bigham will line up for goal number 5.
There's a certain amount of latitude from the umpires with those one-on-one contests with the body, aren't there, these days? And if you're able to stand your ground...
Yeah, stand your ground and give it out.
Yeah.
Like, hold a player out or give a little push.
So Bigham has come in and kicked the goal. His 5th and the 22nd for Corio. They go to 22-17, 149. And they lead North Geelong 19-7 at 121. That's on the Buckley's Entertainment Centre final quarter scoreboard. 37.5 minutes gone. We might get to the final siren tonight, or we might be going home.
When you're talking about that, Eric, you look at guys like Ablett and Jason Dunstall. They were excellent at it.
Past masters.
They didn't push. They just held and let guys back into them, and then just eased their progress, and then just held them out and took them out.
Yeah, there's an art in it, certainly, as the umpire puts it up again. Robertson, gee, the ruckman are getting pretty tired, 36 minutes into the last quarter. It comes clear, Ricky O'Toole on the left foot. Well, he's run about 40 metres, kicks it on the left foot to the lead there of Bigham once again, but unfortunately can't quite reach it, and it's over the boundary line. 5 metres from the behind post. 38 minutes, in fact. Yeah, I couldn't even read the watch.
The first 2 quarters went 33 minutes.
Yes, it's been a long day.
They might make sure the past players get as much as they can.
What's the time? Is it Sunday?
So the boundary umpire puts the ball into play once again. Darryl Jones over the top. Rivet gets the tap down. Into the arms there of Cousins.
Oh, no, that's a push.
That is not the one I'm talking about. But he's going to pay that as...
Dear. Oh, dear. Justin Tate, just to paint the picture, blatantly pushed his opponent fair square in the back at Troy Elsinger and took a chest mark. So on the 10-metre line, Justin Tate moves in and has kicked the goal. So there is no justice, I don't think. Well, certainly Troy Elsinger doesn't think so. 23-17. That's 155, Corio. They now lead North Geelong 19-7, 103. Buckley's Entertainment Centre scoreboard, 39 minutes into the final quarter.
What time's church this morning?
Mate, I just took my glasses off. I don't need them. No good looking at that footy. Run the glasses out to the umpire.
Unbelievable.
Oh dear.
So, back to the middle again. Ballock, Pete. So, back to the middle. Robertson again up against Shea Walker. The umpire will throw the ball in the air. Have to turn the lights on here soon, I think. Walker gets it down again. Lockwood. Handball to Hearn. Runs away from the middle. Goes to the right boot towards Priddle, who comes out on a lead. Can't take the mark off hands. Dabrowski stands there and runs away. Short little kick to Ricky O'Toole at half back. Goes to the right boot towards Tate. The last goal scorer who takes the mark at half forward. And the patch of sunshine that's over the top of the trees, he's in it at half forward on the outer side. Goes to the left boot, back towards the middle of the corridor. Jones tapped it away from his teammate McCarthy. Nearly kicked a goal, I think, for Corio. Kicks it across the ground, out of bounds on the full. The water boy takes the mark. And Kelvin Keating will have a shot for goal after the siren in the right forward pocket from about 25 metres out. Can he check side it just to finish it off?
We'd have everything if he did that from there.
So Kelvin Keating.
At 41 minutes into the last quarter.
41 minutes, if you don't mind. Kelvin Keating will come in with a check side.
And got the wrong side.
Got the wrong side. So they will remain at 23 goals, 17. 155 Corio. And they've defeated North Geelong 19-7, 121 by 34 points in the end. In the final term, Corio kicked 10 goals, 6, while North Geelong kicked 6 goals straight. The goal kickers for the Devils: 6 to Lee Clifford, 5 to Davey Bigham, and 2 each to Justin Tate, Phil Boyle, John Cousins and John Bolchevic. Singles to Ricky O'Toole, Matthew King, Amon Charles and Matthew Cullimore for North Geelong. 4 to Michael Rowe and 3 each to Simon Flack and David Gibbs. 2 to Rory Priddle, and singles to Troy Elsinger, Darryl Jones, Paul Price, Jason Ratchie, and also Adam Walsh, and 2 to Andrew Ferguson as well. I missed him as well. So in the end, it was 23-17, 155 Corio. North Geelong 19-7, 121. We'll take a break.